Welcome back, my friends. This is video 2 of Get Started, Get Going. It's easy to get in our own way when we're feeling afraid of doing something new or making a big decision. We're going to clear away a few common obstacles that all of us face at one point or another when developing our awareness and pursuing life goals. Let's look at some new perspectives, expand what we believe is possible, and let go of what's holding us back. Life is all about learning and growing and accepting what it means to be human. Sometimes I like to ask myself, what would Joan Jett do? Anything she wanted to. Seriously, she made her own rules. And you can substitute anyone you want in here. Judge Judy, Nikola Tesla, Morticia Adams, whoever gives you that go-ahead to delve into your own personal power. Life is short. We start off not knowing anything, and we continue on that way until we're gone from this earth. As kids, we think we'll suddenly know everything when we're adults, and we never quite get there. Our entire life is an experiment. It's a learning laboratory. Embrace the uncertainty and just enjoy the journey. And don't be afraid to get messy. It's natural for people like us, the dreamers and healers and creators, to want to live a life full of meaning and to live our life's purpose. But trying to figure out exactly what that is can keep you from moving forward and taking action. Fortunately, life isn't exact, and the universe doesn't give you an assigned purpose. Life's what you choose to make it. Some of us may be born with a talent or develop a skill that really stands out. Others may be good at many things. Even if your best skill is being loving and caring, that's an amazing choice for your life's purpose. I suggest, regardless of what you're good at, you prioritize being loving. You've got this one life right now that I know of. Who knows, really? Embrace it as if it is your one life that you're going to have. What do you want said at the end of your life? They did a lot of things, or their love was felt by all who knew them. Mentally and emotionally, we link our actions to something personally meaningful. If we add meaning to something that we're passionate about, that can be a great life's purpose. Purpose usually has to do with giving back to the world or serving others. We can have goals and agendas for situations, relationships, but purpose is something deeper. It can even show itself in the smallest of ways. My passion and purpose is helping people see pain as inevitable and suffering as optional. I seek truth and self-actualization. My purpose is largely driven by the identity crisis that came along with being an orphan and the constant search for the meaning of love and how to find some kind of inner peace through all my turmoil and chaos. My early life struggles blessed me with this deep empathy and knowledge of my resilience, which helps me see life with flexibility and curiosity. What are your skills? What are the struggles that have shaped your experience? How do you think you could help others? I've created a few questions to help you explore this in the mini course workbook. The thought can be so terrifying that it paralyzes us. We often feel this sense of impending doom when anxiety hits us. All of us struggle with these types of fears. The truth is, we're lucky if any of these things happen to us. Discomfort and embarrassment means we're alive. Part of life is stuff not turning out how we expected. If everything was predictable, it would hardly be an adventure. I want to tell you a little story about my days as a spelling bee champion. Oh, correct that. Could have been a champion, but I was too afraid to feel embarrassed. All right, we were in the cafeteria. It was between me and one other kid. And I think I was like in first or second grade, so the final word that I had was not too complicated. but the word was embarrass. Who does that to a kid? You put them in front of what looked like hundreds of people. And in the front row was the boy that I liked, Mark Murphy. I'm using his name. He's never going to see this mini course. Mark Murphy was sitting there right in front of me, staring at me, and I was supposed to spell the word embarrass, which I fully knew how to spell. But when it came down to the end of the word, I was literally going to have to say A-S-S right in front of pretty much everybody I knew at that time. All of the kids on the playground were always spelling out the word ass, every other cuss word also. I wasn't about to do this in front of everybody and humiliate myself. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take that feeling of embarrassment, ironically enough. So instead of spelling the word correctly, you could see it on my face, the contemplation, what am I about to do here? I looked up and I left off the last S and I said, I'm done. And the judges said, are you sure? They knew I knew how to spell that word. You could tell by looking at me. And I said, nope, I'm absolutely done. I am done. And so, I lost. What could have been my glory? Because I was embarrassed to spell embarrass and to spell a fucking body part out loud in front of people. So since then, that moment changed me. I started to be the person who would say the thing that everyone wanted to say, but was too embarrassed to say. That became me. I really went a little bit overboard with it, but it kind of made me the life of the party. It made me the one that everybody came to because they knew that I wouldn't judge them because I, just wasn't afraid of, I wasn't afraid of people thinking a certain thing about me anymore because I felt that horrible sinking feeling of, God, I just wish that I had done my best regardless of that fear. Even if you think you're going to fail, even if you think you're going to be embarrassed, people are going to judge you, later on, after that event's over, the embarrassment isn't the worst part. You not being you is what you'll regret. You not living up to your potential that you knew you could because you were afraid is what you're going to remember. So do it. Do it even if you're going to be embarrassed. Do it even if you have to spell the word ass in front of your first grade boyfriend. Just do it. But if you do end up being paralyzed by fear and embarrassment like I was, as you noticed in my story, there was still an amazing ending. There is no messing life up. Even if you fail or make a choice that you feel like you regret, you can still choose to learn something from the situation. I learned how to put myself out there from the pain of regretting not doing it at the spelling bee. We can always learn and grow. Even if we fail, there is no messing life up if we just get back up and keep on growing. If you want to know what's possible for you, and you want to know how you'll feel and deal with discomfort and possibly incredible success, you've got to put yourself out there. End the worrying and the questioning. Find your answers by doing what you want to do. Try making your what ifs into something positive. Inspire yourself. Become curious. Accept that good things can and do happen if you're looking for them. If you're looking for negative things, you'll find those too. Everything we can imagine exists in our reality, and we just have to adjust our focus to find it. Choose with intention what you're looking for. Become action-oriented and start mentally developing the habit of believing in yourself and knowing that it's possible. Can I get a hell yeah? Thank you. Thank you. I heard you guys out there. Ain't nobody got time for that. When people are putting their harsh judgments on your efforts or on you, see them for what they are. Judgments. They're not the truth, and they're especially not your truth. It's more about the person doing the judging than it is about you or whatever it is they're judging. We see through our own filters, and some folks have pretty muddy filters, and that's okay. We're all humans functioning from whatever state of awareness we're in right now. Don't spend too much energy on wondering why people are the way they are. The answer is always because they can be, and all things are possible. You can't control how other people are. You can only control how you respond to them and how you choose to see the situation. I watched an Oprah interview with Lady Gaga. She said when she's creating songs, she doesn't listen to other people's music. She doesn't pay attention to the outside world and what they have to say. She spends her energy on creating and tapping into the gifts that she has waiting to be born. She develops this state of flow. So tap into you. There are no other practices that have changed me and how I see the world more than compassion and non-judgment practice. When I started my first online business in 2012, I felt overwhelmed consistently. I judged everything I did, everything I saw. I knew that to help people from a place of peacefulness, I needed to let go of defensiveness and grasping and really settle into my true self. We emanate energy in our words and actions. If we want to attract peace and success, we need it to come from inside of us first. Only when we step outside of our negative habits can we start to see how they truly affect us. We also start to let go of their power over us. When others' negativity comes into our area, we can see it and send it the other way. The people who want to be around us are going to change too as our energy changes. We'll be able to spot people with healthy boundaries when we have healthy boundaries. The same goes for healthy attitudes and habits. The more you become aware of how much judging actually happens in your world, how it feels to you, and how it changes the way you choose to interact and the choices you make, the more you'll want peace and compassion to be there instead of that discomfort of judgment and trying to control and make sense of everything all the time. Just accept yourself as you are. The opposite of judgment is acceptance and understanding that everything that could possibly be about you and every other human is just human. It's not wrong. You are who you are right now. This will help you become less affected by judgments, and it will help you relax into yourself. In the workbook that goes along with this mini course, I've included links to a couple of blog posts with exercises on letting go of critical self-judgment and cultivating compassion in its place. I'm going to ask you this question out loud. How would it feel to be free from others' judgments of you and your own self-critical voice? Really think about that. How would it feel to be free from others' judgments and your own self-critical voice? And remember, in this mad tea party of a life, we are all just humans being, living our own journey, trying to get by the best we can with our confusion and frustration and our joy and our ecstasy. We're all just humans being.